Hey everyone, you know that one car I really bragged on like a couple reviews ago? That nice white sleek car that turned into a really awesome robot mode with really awesome weapons. Can I have that one guy that's the same sort of car, but has the advantage of me not already hating the character?
I grant you your wish.
Oh yes, Generations Blurr. I mean, can you think of anything better? Blurr is just so... I love him. He's like one of my most favorite Autobots. And here he is getting this awesome robot mode. And the alt mode is totally cool. One of the best cars I've ever seen. So, what else do we do now except take a look at him? Okay, so let's take a look at this guy. First off, I'd like to point out all this wonderful blue going on here. I mean, he's got all kinds of blue on here. We got this wonderful light colored blue here, and this darker blue here, and this really light all-spark blue, and even a little bit of white up there as well. And it's just so awesome. And of course, since I've already gone over drift, you know the articulation for this guy, but I'll go over it again anyway, just for fun. Yeah, as you can see, with all these different ball joints and swivel joints, he's got all kinds of motion he can get on. And it just kind of, get all the kinds of articulation you'd think Blurr would get, like, running real fast or something like that. And then, yeah, I'm getting to it. Look at these awesome weapons. It's a rifle, for crying out loud, with a posable thing that goes like that. That's cool. It's a rifle, I mean, come on! And not only that, but in his holsters, instead of little swords, he's got, yes and yes, little tiny pistols. Oh my gosh. It's been forever since I've seen little tiny pistols that actually look like robot lasers for, robots. So he's a cowboy robot. That's awesome. And when this rifle gets started, there's just no stopping him. I mean, he can hold it just perfectly, and it really actually looks real. He can be a little tough to pose him with this thing, because it is a little awkward, but if you just do it right, he can kind of look like he's looking down the scope even. But, like I said, it's a little awkward. And just look at that wonderful face sculpt. I mean, it looks like Blurr. It actually does. And even though I've never been too fond of it, they actually even remembered to put his little blue anvil on top of his head there. So yeah, this was absolutely an awesome repaint and remold. I mean, I can't think of a better choice to go with Drift than Blurr. And when these two get together, they totally look like a dynamic duo. I mean, there's just no stopping them. So yeah, Blurr is pretty awesome in robot mode. And then it only gets better with his alt mode. Oh yeah! Man, I mean, I like that color. I like the car. That's all said and done with. But look at this wonderful color. You got this wonderful white going down the middle and this wonderful blue color. And this great little dark colors right down here as well. I mean, it's all blue, but the whole thing is just absolutely blue. Also, another thing about the weapon is that since it's not made out of that rotten rubbery stuff that bends real easily, you're actually doing yourself a favor if you can clip it on under here, and it actually does not bend or break or anything. It actually fits pretty well. Believe me, it does. Ah, there we go. And it also doesn't really hinder the movement, the rolling at all. It's actually pretty wonderful. This car is overall pretty perfect. So yeah, this is absolutely a beautiful car with beautiful colors and just everything's beautiful. And but they still did not neglect to put the wonderful red Autobot sign on the top, like without any shame or anything, not hidden or anything, just nice big red Autobot sign. Who cares about robots in disguise? So, in case you can't tell, I absolutely adore Blurr, and this car is one of the best renditions of Blurr I've ever seen. And in fact, I'd even go so far as to say that I like this one better than the original G1 Blurr, because this is a nice car, and I don't know what the G1 car hover thing was. I mean, it was a car, I guess, a futuristic car, but I actually like this car better, and the overall is just better. I really do like it much more. And even though I really like the car mold, in fact, it's probably one of my most favorite next to Classic's Hot Rod. And I know Drift was the original, so I'll give him credit. But since I like Blurr and I like the paint scheme a whole lot better, I'm going to say that Generations Blurr is one of my most favorite Autobot cars. With Drift coming up here very closely behind, just because of his awesome swords and, well, his awesome white color and, well, the swords and the white, and that's about it. Yeah. But I definitely recommend getting Blurr. I mean, if you can find him, which I'm starting to see him a little bit in more quantities now, so definitely try to get him while you can, because he's probably not going to be out for too long. Repaints almost never are. But definitely try to get this guy, because I so much recommend this guy over Drift. I mean, Drift's cool and everything with the sword, so yeah, I don't know. I just love them both so much because Drift's got a cool white color and he's got those swords, and this guy's got these guns and he's Blurr and he's blue. I mean, I don't know. Between the two, personally I like Blurr better, but I mean, I can't really say which you should get more. I haven't seen Drift lately in stores, so I'd at least jump at the chance to get one of the two molds, because you gotta have at least one of the other. So, I'm Greasy Drunk Guy, this is Blurr, and you've just gotta get him because he's Blurr. I'm Greasy Drunk Guy, and I'm not Blurr, because if I was Blurr, I'd be a toy, and if I was a toy, then I would not be happy, and I wouldn't be able to play with toys because mine would be Blurr, and that'd be kind of weird because I'd be playing with myself, and that'd be really, really weird, so I'm just gonna say bye, because my name is not Blurr, and my name is Greasy Drunk Guy, so I'll say hi. I mean, bye. Ooh.